Hey guys, Furum here, and welcome to my statistical analysis of the Hennessey Venom F5 special event. This video has been a long time in the making, but I finally completed my spreadsheet about the event, and I'm going to be giving you as much information as I think I really could about it. Now, just at a high level, I would say that this is probably the third worst event that we've had in Asphalt history, the LVN Drive Syndicate being the worst one, and then the Devo special event being the second worst one. Arguably the worst, depending on how you think about it. This one isn't quite as bad as those, but it is still worse than ones like the Avia special event or even the Yesco Drive Syndicate, because there are a lot more tokens involved in this one. So let's get right into it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing just how many tokens on average you might have to spend to get this car. Or, I'm not actually looking forward to it, but you know what I mean. So here we are inside my Excel spreadsheet I made for this. You can see everything pretty much laid out here, but I'm going to go through the different pieces of it just so you can get a better understanding of how I calculated these numbers. I've split it into two parts. In the upper section are all the necessary information to do the calculations, and down below are the calculations that I did. So in the upper left, you can see all 8 cars that you can play in during the event. With the Venom, you can get a total of 75 conditions done just through its 3 free try events before 300 conditions. With the other 7 cars, I have listed out 1 through 6 stars as well as gold, and on each of those I have listed how many conditions getting your car to that level will give you, how many blueprints it would take to get to that star count, as well as how many F5 blueprints are given on each level. The cost of the 10 times packs for each car except the Venom is $750, the Venom is $900. Now the average blueprints per 10 times pack is approximately 5.7, and while it looks like the Jaguar and Onyx are lower than the rest, it's actually a better deal to go for those than the other ones. You see, when you buy a 10 times pack for the Jag and the Onyx, you can get either the Jag Onyx or Ford GT, which I'm not counting because you can max that one for free through its car hunt. But basically with the Onyx and the Jag, even though you only get an average of 3.7 blueprints per 10 times pack for each of them, in total, since you can get both of them in the same pack, you have about a 7.5 chance to get either the Jag or the Onyx, meaning that these packs are a better deal to go for than each of these single car packs. Then over on the right, I just have a few notes for each of the cars. You can also max the Mercy in its car hunt without spending any tokens as long as you have the Legend Pass, which you do need this season in order to get the Elva, so that is why you need to add $10 onto whatever token amount we have at the end. Now down below, I've listed 3 different routes that you could take to get to 300 conditions, and we can see that some are definitely better than others. So the top one, which I've just listed as original, is the cars that I originally had said that you'd probably need in order to get there, but Knight and Rulu have both gotten their hands on the F5, they've unlocked it, and these are the routes that they took, and you can see that these are noticeably better in the worst, best, and average conditions than the first one, Rulu's being the best one of them all, and let me explain that a little bit. You see, there is a lot of luck involved in getting epics for the Murcielago and the Mark II. Now the Mark II, you'd be more likely to be able to gold it without spending tokens on the epic packs, however that is still very unlikely, but for the Mercy, because this is the first time we've gotten a car hunt and therefore a car hunt riot for it, you're probably not going to get that many epics through it. Now you can get 2 guaranteed if you get the top percentage in the riot, then you could get maybe a couple more if you're lucky, but the thing is then you still have 4 or so to make up for. The epic packs cost 1,000 tokens apiece. You have a 5th chance for each of them to get the epic blueprint that you want. This means that for every extra epic that you want to get just by opening these epic packs, you'd have to spend approximately 5,000 tokens to get the one you want. Repeat this a bunch of times, especially if you got unlucky previously, and that is going to add up quickly. This is why the worst case costs are quite a lot higher in Knights and the original route, and even the best case in the original route is higher than the rest of them. I calculated the worst and the best case in a couple of ways. So for the worst case, I calculated that you had to get all cars completely new for the event. Like say you didn't have the Jaguar before, you didn't have the Onyx before, you had none of the cars that you needed previously, and you had poor luck for the GT Mark II and Mercy Epics in their car hunts. Now, for the best ones that I calculated, I said you already had the Jag and the Onyx to the stars that you needed them at. Now, of course, the Zonda, the SVJ, and the Elva are still new, so there's really no way of getting around that. But I also calculated here you getting some better luck with the GT and the Mercy Epics. Then I averaged the best and worst cases to try to get a general idea of what an average player who maybe has the Onyx or the Jag at a few stars might be able to spend in order to get to 300 conditions. Then I average these 3 different routes together, which take very different approaches, but I know people have gone through different ones with them, and we get to just above 50,000 tokens in order to just get to 300 conditions. Now keep in mind that some F5 blueprints are given throughout the event. You can see toward the left just how many are given with each route, but this leaves a lot left in order to get for the 85 blueprints you need in total to unlock the car. In each case, it'll cost you around 10,000 more tokens on average to be able to unlock the F5, bringing your total to unlock to just above 60,000. Then, on average, you could expect to spend somewhere between 30 and 40,000 tokens extra to max the car if you so wanted to do so, bringing the average total to max this car, the F5, to almost 100,000 tokens. I'm sure some people will draw comparisons between this and the Yesko event. The Yesko event, I think, was about 21,000 to unlock, but like 130,000 to max. And keep in mind, in addition to that, you will have to buy the Legend Pass for this season to be able to, number 1, get the Elva, and number 2, get access to the Murcielago car hunt. Overall, I would say that this event is worse than the Yesko Drive Syndicate because you have to spend about 3 times as much to just unlock the car, which is insane. And so I would definitely place the F5 special event as one of the worst special events we've ever seen. The LVN Drive Syndicate is still way worse though. If you got the F5 and took a different route, or just curious to see how many tokens it would have taken with the number of cars you have, all the information is here and you can perform your own calculations to find how many tokens it would cost you in your own circumstance. And I would be really interested to know if anyone has found an even lower cost route than Rulu's. I would suspect that you might be able to get it a little bit cheaper by starring up the Onyx and Jag a little more and not the Elva as much, but it would probably be a pretty small difference if there was any. And this wraps up my analysis video for the Hennessey Venom F5 special event. I've done videos like this before on 3 drive syndicates, the Yesko, the Rimac, and the LVN, but this is my first time doing one for a regular special event, so let me know down in the comments what did you think about it. Also, I would love to hear your thoughts on the event in general down below. Thank you all so much for watching, please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt and other games content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!